Hello everybody, it is Tito Capote, and today we're going to do more rankings. Now, the way we're going to do this is the same as always. I'm going to judge the shiny based on how much I like the Pokemon, and how good the shiny looks. And all of this is completely subjective, and I will warn you guys, I'm colorblind, so if I say the wrong color, I'm sorry, but I can't help it. And anyway, let's get started. First is Matthew the Buizel. Now, I really like the colors that they used for the shiny. I think the yellow or green or whatever it is looks really good on the Buizel, and I like how they changed the color of the little floaty thing. I think it looks really nice. It's a good shiny. I really like it. And then I really like Buizel. He's just a guy. Look how derpy he is. Look at his face. He's just having a good time. He's just swaying back and forth. He's just a guy. I like him. Anyway, because I like the shiny and because I like the Pokemon, I think I'll give this one a 7 out of 10. I think 7 out of 10 is good. Now, James the Floatzel. For Floatzel, I think the shiny looks just as good as Buizel. I think it's basically the same shiny. The only thing is that I don't like Floatzel as much as Buizel because he's not cute. He's sort of like, he's fine. I don't hate him. I just don't like him as much as Buizel. So this guy will get a 6 out of 10. Next, Jerk the Surskit. This one and the Masquerain took me forever to catch, so they're Jerk and Jerk Flight respect. Anyway, I think the shiny looks fine. It's kind of hard to see. It's not hard to see. It's not hard to see. It's just hard for me to see. I'm sorry. It's dumb. I don't really like Surskit either. I think he's kind of lame. He's kind of forgettable. I guess some people might say he's cute, but I don't. I'd say like 4 out of 10 shiny. Next, Masquerain. I think Masquerain looks a lot better than Surskit in the shiny. I think they chose colors that were better suited for the Pokemon. Like, I would have liked if the Surskit, they just inverted the colors. I think that would have looked a lot better. But they sort of did that for Masquerain, and I think it looks good. For this one, I'd say I don't like Masquerain, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Next, Whoopie the Paldean Wooper. Now, I am going to go on a little bit of a rant here. I love Wooper. Wooper, super great Pokemon, super cute, super derpy. He's just a boy. I like him. But the shiny, it looks good, but it just looks like normal Wooper. It just looks like normal Wooper, and they could have done better. It's like a little darker than normal Wooper, but it's just like, what if Wooper had things on his head that were different? And that's kind of lame. I think they could have tried a lot harder. Like, what if they made it like a super flashy color, you know? It's because I don't know, they could have made it something better. I don't like really what they did with Wooper. So normal rating, if it were just objective without my opinion, it'd be like a 7 out of 10. But because it was so lazy and so like, I think it was just they could have done better, I'll give it a 5. Next, we have Dirtbet the Clodsire. I love this thing. I love this thing so much. Look at it. Look at these eyes. Look at this face. Look at this roundness. Look at this friend. Look at this big boy. He's got orange cat energy, you know? Like, not a thought in that brain. Just like a single brain cell. So he's like the orange cat of Pokemon, you know? And I like that. I love orange kitties. I love cats. And I love Clodsire. He's just a friend. He's just a boy. I mean, look at his hands. Look how friendly these hands are. Look how friendly this face is. He's just a guy. Which is crazy because he's poisonous, but it's like they want to make you hug him so that you die. But I love him. I also think the shiny looks really good on him. I think the blue looks really good. Again, it just feels less lazy than Wooper. It's like the same thing as Wooper, but I think it looks better on Clodsire. It just works better with Clodsire because it's not like Quagsire. It's not just like brown Quagsire, which I like. Anyway, I think this one's like a honestly 9 out of 10. I love this guy. Next, we have Choodle the Toddle, or Toddle the Choodle. Whatever. I hate him. I don't like him. I think the shiny looks gross, and I think they did like the impossible and made a turtle look disgusting, because turtles are amazing, but not this turtle. This turtle can go to hell because he deserves it. Anyway, 2 out of 10 shiny. I hate him. Dreadnought, on the other hand, they took Choodle, they took Disgusting, and they made it awesome. Look at this thing. Look at him. I mean, even the original looks good, but this thing looks insane. Look at the shiny, it looks so good. It's so good. Next, this kind of goes for all of the Jigglypuff line, but I'll still do each individually. Igglybuff, Iggles, like it's the same color, it's just the eyes are different, which I hate when they do that. I hate when they do shinies that don't even matter. I don't know, I'd say like a 2 out of 10 shiny for Iggles. Next is Jiggles, the Jigglypuff. I love Jigglypuff. I love him a lot more than Igglybuff. I think he is amazing. He's just the friendliest friend. He's just, look how happy he is. He's just dancing. I love his everything. except for his shiny, because his shiny sucks. Just because he's better than Igglypuff, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Next, we have Wiggles the Willy. His shiny sucks, and he's also less cute than Jigglypuff. I don't know how they could have done Jigglypuff better. It's like they just shouldn't have evolved him, but they did. I like Wigglytuff because of Mystery Dungeon, but compared to Jigglypuff, he's just inferior. And so I'm just gonna give him a 2 out of 10, just because he's less good than Jigglypuff. Next, we have Maddie the Ralts. Now, for those of you who know, one of the first Pokemon videos I made on this channel was me shiny hunting the Ralts line, because when I was a kid, I loved Ralts because I thought she could be my friend, because I was like, sort of like shy and everything, and I thought like, you know, Ralts would make a good friend, and it's just like the little bowl cut. I thought it was a hat. I still think it's a hat. There's no way that's not a hat. It's removable, 100%. Maybe not for Curly and Gardevoir, but for Ralts it is. Anyway, I also, this is where it came out I was colorblind, because I thought that Ralts' shiny was pink, but it's not, because it's blue. Yeah, I love Ralts. The shiny looks amazing. I think the whole Ralts line shinies just look really good. I think the blue just really works well with them, just because of how, like, the nostalgia and, like, how much I like this Pokemon personally. Ralts gets a 9 out of 10. Ralts gets a 9 out of 10. Next is Alice the Curlia. I like Curlia a lot less than Ralts, just because, like, Ralts is just a friend, you know, he's just a boy. Look at his little leg things. But Curlia looks like that judgy older sister that your friend has, who's like always like, ew, you guys are so gross. That vibe from Curlia. I just don't like her that much. But I think the shiny looks great. So I'll give her shiny 7 out of 10. Next, we have Sandra the Gardevoir. Gardevoir, to me, is just like a big sister. You know, she's just like, takes care of everybody and everyone's happy. And like, she's like that in the game too. She's just healing and supporting. She's just a good. So, Gardevoir, out of Pokemon, I love her. And the shiny looks amazing. So again, I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10. Definitely a 9. But I don't know if it's a 10. We'll say 9 for now, and maybe I'll change my mind. Gallade. I like the shiny a lot for Gallade. And a lot of people think Gallade is really cool, but I think he's weird. Look at this thing he has. Why is it like that? Like, Ralts and Curlia. Look at this. There's no... Ralts just has, like, pants. Then Curlia has, like, a little tutu thing. It's like... And then Gardevoir has a dress, but what the hell is this thing? It's like in those cartoons where like you eat something really big and it like takes your body takes the shape of it. It's like he ate a watermelon or a football or something, but it's like really big, so like it's gross. I don't like it. It makes me ill, you know? Anyway, I'll give him like a 5 out of 10. His shiny really bumps it up there, but Gallade is just gross to me, so... Next, we have Dan the Drowsy. I didn't mind Drowsy before. But then I played Mystery Dungeon, and then he does questionable things in Mystery Dungeon, so... But man, does this shiny look good. He's just like that creepy uncle who always tries to be nice and tries to, like, bond and stuff, but it always comes off as, like, why? You know? He's just like, he just gives me that energy. Maybe it's his nose. Anyway, I like Drowsy, sorta, and I love his shiny. His shiny looks so good. I really like it. I think it's really good. I'd give this one a 7 out of 10. Then we have Schneider, the Hypno. I don't hate him. I really like his shiny, though. Pink just really works for him. No, I think it's okay. Solid 5 out of 10. You know, good shiny, sort of forgettable Pokemon, you know? Next, we have Spooky the Ghastly. Now, maybe this is me being colorblind because the sprite looks very different from the normal from the shiny Ghastly that I'm seeing, but I don't know how you guys can tell, because when I'm in the overworld, I can't tell that the thing's shiny. I can't tell, and I think it looks bad. I like Ghastly. I like him a lot, so I'll give him a 3 out of 10, just because I like him. Next, we have Tasha the Haunter. Now, this is another example of shinies that I hate. I like Haunter. Haunter's great, but why would you just make a shiny his tongue? Like, why wouldn't you change the whole color? Like, you know what they could have done with the shiny Ghastly line? They could have made them white. If they had made them white, that would be one of the best shinies in the game. But they didn't, because they're stupid. 2 out of 10. Bad shiny. Next, we have Smoggy. Again, I think this one looks sort of unimpressive. Like, I love Gengar. Gengar is insane. He's insane, but I don't like the shiny. Just because it's a little bit more noticeable, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Next, we have Broski's the Tandemaus. Now, for Tandemaus, I don't like this shiny, and I don't like this Pokemon. The Pokemon is sort of like forgettable for me, which is weird because you'd think I think it's cute, but no, not. They just don't. They're just like, I don't know. I don't like them that much. and their shinies are awful. You can barely tell. I can't even tell they're shiny right now. I guess it's like their shirts are more dark, but like you can barely tell because of the shading. Even here you can barely tell, which is stupid. So 2 out of 10. Bad shiny, bad Pokemon. Mouse. I do like this Pokemon a lot more because they're like a little family and they have little babies, and I like that. The shiny is awful, but just because of that like family energy, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Next, we have Pichu. Now, I can tell the difference. It's like I can tell that it's darker, and like in the overworld, I can tell when one was shiny and one wasn't. And I like Pichu a lot. He's just a little guy. He's just there. He's just a happy boy. Look at that face. How can you not love that face? He's just a friend. He's just a boy. He's just a baby. And I love him. And the shiny looks okay. It's not a great shiny, but it's not a bad one either. And I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Next, we have Pikachu. You know, I used to dislike Pikachu. I used to think like, oh, why does everyone like Pikachu? He's not even that great. He's not even that cute. But then I watched the anime. Pikachu in the anime, I love him. I love him so much. I want him to be real, and I want him to be my best buddy. He's just sassy. He's like snarky. He's sweet. He's just so good. I love him. And then I want him to be real, and he's chunky, and I like that because that makes him cute. And he's friend-shaped, and he's a friend, and I like friends because they're just. I just want him to be real, and he isn't, and that makes me sad. And I think the shiny looks fine. It doesn't look the best, but again, it's like Pichu, it's fine. Just because of how much I like Pikachu, I'll give this one a 6 out of 10 because the shiny is nothing to write home about. Now, for Raichu, I actually like this shiny. I think it looks good. You can tell the difference, but the only thing is that he's just so much less good than Pikachu. I love Pikachu so much more than Raichu. Raichu is just forgettable to me. He's fine, he's like a little derp. I mean, look at that face. Like, you can't hate that face, but it's like... He's not Pikachu, you know? He's not the boy. Look how cute this is. And then he's just like a lot less cute. And that's lame, you know? But the shiny's good. So I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10 as well. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. I'm gonna come up with more. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know, great. I really hope you did. And if you didn't, that sucks. That sucks. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and see you guys later.